Hello and welcome back. Today I wanted to talk about a modern horror movie. Fans generally enjoyed the film Talk to Me for its atmosphere, practical effects, tension, and the building dread. Many found it to be creepy and unrelenting, with some of the more unsettling scenes causing viewers to wonder whether they were real or a dream sequence upon their first viewing. Believe it or not, the minds behind this unsettling film are twin brothers, the Philippou brothers, Danny and Michael, better known as Raka Raka. These talented filmmakers went from shooting wild and violent YouTube videos in their driveway to directing one of A24's most successful horror movies yet. The emotional spark for Talk to Me actually came from a real event. Danny said he's seen a video of a young man experiencing an OD at a party, with people just laughing and filming. They used the jarring event they seen on video as a jumping off point for their horror film, only with the drug being swapped with the possession-inducing hand, almost being treated by the teens in the group like a drug and party game. When they began writing the script, hands were already appearing everywhere in their notes and visual references, so the idea of a cursed, embalmed hand felt completely natural. It symbolized connection, temptation, and the danger of reaching too far into unknown territory. As always, I'll recap the story, pausing occasionally to share behind-the-scenes info, and I recommend you watch the film in full for yourself. There will be links in the description to make it easy for you to rent or purchase the movie. It's a great choice for a scary Halloween movie night. But with all that out of the way, let's talk to me. Our story begins with a young man named Cole showing up at a packed house party, frantically searching for his brother, Duckett. He finds Duckett's bedroom door locked. After knocking repeatedly, he breaks down the door and sees his brother sitting on the bed, clearly in distress. Cole tries to get him out while partygoers record with their phones. Suddenly, Duckett attacks Cole with a knife, unprovoked, then wanders into the backyard where partygoers scatter in fear. Duckett then scratches an itch behind his eye. The screen cuts to black, and we meet 17-year-old Mia, who is listening to an old recording of her late mother when her father interrupts, telling her that her aunt wants to talk with her. Her aunt, also grieving, confides that she can't bring herself to delete Mia's mom from her contacts. Mia admits she can't either. Her aunt gently asks if Mia has thought about her future after school, and if she's thinking about working with her dad. But Mia only smiles faintly. Later, while washing dishes, Mia avoids her father's attempts at conversation. Things between the two seem tense, and Mia seems to feel uncomfortable around her father, though it's not yet revealed why. She soon gets a call from Riley, her best friend Jade's little brother, asking for a ride. After picking him up, the two sing along to music until they encounter a dying kangaroo on the road. Mia can't bring herself to put it out of its misery, and they drive around it in silence. At Jade's house, Mia and Riley playfully hit Jade with pillows while she scrolls on her phone, watching a viral video of a girl seemingly possessed. Mia becomes intrigued by the possession game, hoping it might distract her from grief. Jade's mom, Sue, is warm and motherly, treating Mia as part of the family. Later, Mia sneaks out to a small house party with Jade and Riley. She keeps to herself, distant from most people. It's clear that Mia's social life mainly revolves around her friendship with Jade and Riley, seeming socially awkward around others. While Jade chats with Haley, Haley teases that Mia is too flirty with Jade's boyfriend Daniel, calling Jade delusional for thinking it's harmless. The group decides to play the possession game. Joss remarks that it would be fun if the kid went first, referring to Riley. Though Jade isn't convinced the possession game is real, she refuses to allow her little brother to join, making sure that it's clear to the group that he's only there to watch and not participate. After some back and forth, Mia volunteers to go first, and Joss is excited to have someone who isn't afraid, and is as eager to try it as he is. Joss straps her into a chair and Haley explains the rules. Light a candle. Grip the creepy ceramic hand. Say, "Talk to me," followed by, "I let you in." The connection can't last more than 90 seconds, otherwise the spirits will want to stay. Joss adds that if you die while they're inside you, your body will remain theirs forever, and your soul will swap places with theirs. Mia grips the hand and says, "Talk to me." She instantly sees a slightly decomposed old man and jerks back in fear, letting go of the hand. Terrified, she looks around the room as everyone laughs in response. However, Jade is unconvinced. Mia explained what she saw, and Jade remains unsure. Mia, determined to prove to Jade it was real, grips the hand and tries again. This time, she sees a decayed woman and, trembling, says, "I let you in." Her head snaps back and her eyes turn black. With a raspy voice, the spirit inside her stares around the room. Looking at an empty corner, she croaks, "There he is." Then she turns to Riley and creepily whispers, "I like you," in a slightly flirtatious way. Daniel, uncomfortable, shifts in his seat, and the possessed Mia growls and violently tries to jolt in his direction. Joss jokingly says to Daniel, "But she don't seem to like you." Before the group laughs, she then repeatedly warns that Riley should run while he still can. When time's up, Joss and Haley struggle to pry the hand away. The power flickers, the candle's blown out, and Mia collapses, then bursts into laughter, saying it was amazing. Sophie Wilde was around 25 or 26 years old when she filmed Talk to Me. She considered it ironic that she found success in the horror genre, despite admitting to being easily frightened in real life. Her overactive imagination had caused nightmares as a child, with dark corners of her room becoming a source of fear. Horror films had always spooked her, but Talk to Me served as a turning point for her as an actor, helping her confront her fears and dive headfirst into the world of horror. The scenes where Mia and her friends take turns using the cursed hand were filmed under intense time pressure. Despite planning for about an hour, they had only 20 to 30 minutes to shoot each scene. Sophie described the situation as absolute pandemonium, filled with improvisation and frantic attempts to capture as much usable footage as possible in the limited time. Sophie approached Mia's character by using aspects of her own personality, particularly her silly side, but exaggerated them for the role. She also tackled the character's emotional depth, specifically Mia's grieving over her mother's death. After filming, Sophie Wilde gained wide recognition, being nominated for the Rising Star Award. She acknowledged that horror films typically don't receive much appreciation at award shows, but she expressed pride in the recognition she received for her performance. That night, a storm rages as Riley, too shaken to sleep, finds Mia awake in the living room. They talk quietly. Mia admits she has nightmares where her reflection disappears. She tells Riley the hand made her feel like a passenger in her own body. When Riley asks about her mom, Mia explains she accidentally took too many sleeping pills while her dad slept on the couch, and that she blames him for not being there to save her. She then tells Riley that since her mom passed, and she's grown distant from her father, that she feels alone. Riley comforts Mia, telling her that she isn't alone. She'll always have him and Jade. The next day, Jade tells Haley that Daniel wants to try the hand. That night, when Jade's mom leaves, Haley and Joss arrive and set up. They joke about the hand belonging to a medium or Satanist, though no one knows the truth. Daniel grips the hand, says the words, and is instantly and violently possessed. The spirit glares at Jade, declaring Daniel hates when she touches him, then turns to Mia and moans, licking his lips before collapsing, and playing kissy-poo with the dog. Everyone laughs except Jade, who's horrified. Alexandra Jensen, who plays Jade, Mia's best friend and Riley's sister. Before Talk to Me, she took drama lessons as a child to overcome shyness, anxiety, and a speech problem. She later performed in youth theater productions of Beauty and the Beast. For Talk to Me, Alexandra Jensen's casting as Jade received praise, particularly for her natural performance during auditions and the genuine chemistry she shared with Sophie Wilde on screen. The film's directors complimented the chemistry test between Jensen and Wilde. Jade's character is described by Jensen as emotionally grounded, warm, yet with a protective edge. She acts as a stabilizing influence in contrast to Mia's self-destructive tendencies, but she too gets drawn into the horror Jensen's performance as Jade earned her a nomination for Best Supporting Actress. She admitted the only thing she felt she missed out on was having her own possession scene, joking that it looked fun to let loose and improvise as a character controlled by an evil ghost. However, she understood why it wasn't included. It wasn't part of the script and would have been out of character for Jade. The connection is severed, and Daniel comes out of it furious, demanding they delete the videos. Haley refuses, saying it was hilarious. Daniel then storms out as Jade follows. After he leaves, Mia volunteers again. A montage follows, Mia, Joss, and Haley repeatedly taking turns. Even Daniel eventually returns, and not only watches, but does it again himself. The energy's wild and reckless. Eventually, Riley asks to try, but Jade refuses, saying he's too young. Riley and Jade get into a heated argument, after which Jade leaves. Riley then convinces Mia to allow him to try. She reluctantly agrees, under the condition that Riley only stays under for 50 seconds, instead of the normal 90. Riley grips the hand, says the words, and everything changes. He goes still, then whispers to Mia, "I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hurt you." It's her mother's voice. Desperate to speak to her, Mia ignores Haley's warning to end it. Suddenly, Riley's body convulses, and what follows is one of the most brutal scenes of the movie. I can't show or talk about much on YouTube. And yeah, it's that bad. The spirits force him to violently brutalize himself as everyone watches in stunned horror. When they finally pry the hand from his grip, Riley is broken and barely alive. Mia, in shock, walks through the house, the voices of others distant and muted, as she sees a shadowy figure, her mother knocking at the back door. Later, police question the teens while a phone conversation of Jade and her mom plays in the background. Mia's father picks her up, trying to talk to her, urging honesty, but Mia bitterly says he's not been honest with her. Later in her room, we see that Mia has possession of the hand. At the hospital, she tries to visit Riley, but Jade and her mom coldly tell her to stay away, even threatening to call the police if she shows up again. Joe Bird's portrayal of Riley in Talk to Me stands out, especially during the harrowing possession scene that left a lasting impact on audiences. This pivotal moment shows Riley falling under the spirit's control, leading to a series of brutal injuries. The intensity of this sequence was amplified by its realistic execution, achieved through practical effects and prosthetics, which allowed Bird to perform without any real harm coming his way. Filming this graphic sequence proved emotionally draining for Bird. According to the film's commentary, he needed time both before and after the scene to mentally prepare and recover, underscoring the psychological toll it took on him. Bird's dedication to his craft was obvious, even at a young age, and his commitment to delivering an authentic performance shone through despite the emotional demands of the scene. The directors explained that while the scene was intense, it was originally even more extreme in earlier drafts. Fortunately, these more graphic depictions were never filmed. The directors made the decision to tone down the sequence at the last minute, aiming to preserve the film's emotional impact without delving into excessively gory territory. Shaken, Mia starts seeing her mother's reflection in the glass, following it into a bathroom. A stall slams shut, and her mother's voice whispers from inside. Mia struggles to push the stall door open, only to find it's empty. Panicked, Mia runs into Daniel in the hall, who offers her a ride. She invites him to stay with her that night. Since she didn't want to be alone, Daniel agrees, wanting to be a good friend. They talk about the incident, and Daniel admits he doesn't believe the spirit was really her mom, convinced the spirits once inside can read their minds, and can use it to try and stay longer. Despite this, Mia still believes her mom was there. After he falls asleep, she watches old videos of happier times before dozing off herself. She has a disturbing dream. She sees a disfigured woman sucking on Daniel's toes. We switch to Daniel's perspective to see it's in fact a possessed Mia, trying her hardest to actively contract hand, foot, and mouth disease. Disgusted, Daniel leaves as Mia tries to smack the taste of toe jam out of her mouth. Frustrated and embarrassed by what she just did, she grabs the hand, lights a candle, and whispers in a trembling voice, "Talk to me." Her mother's spirit appears. Mia asks if her mom's death was accidental, and the spirit reassures her before eerily smiling and saying, Riley needs her help. Meanwhile, Riley violently awakens at the hospital, attacking Jade before collapsing to the floor and brutalizing himself once again, creepily laughing and staring at Jade while he does it. Back with Mia, she tells Daniel, Haley, and Joss that she's being controlled, even without touching the hand. Jade reluctantly listens, thinking Mia is making it up as a cover for what happened to her brother. They track down Cole, Duckett's brother, who survived his stabbing. The group tries to talk to him about the hand, but he gets on a bus, disinterested in helping them. On the bus ride, Mia bonds with Cole over their losses. He warns them that the body eventually expels the spirits naturally and they get weaker the longer they're inside you, but refuses to get involved. Jade grows angry, blaming Mia for letting Riley not only play the dangerous game, but for over 2 minutes. Mia theorizes that they forgot to blow out the candle and thinks repeating the ritual might fix it. Jade, Daniel, and Mia try it again at the hospital, lighting the candle and asking to speak to Riley. But nothing happens. Desperate, Mia grips the hand herself and whispers, "Talk to me." A child spirit appears. The child offers to take her to Riley, then whispers, "I'll let you in." Mia sees horrific flashes of violent and gruesome scenes, many of which I can't show here. But she does see Riley. He's being tortured by dozens of spirits. When she wakes, she's hysterical, screaming that they're refusing to stop and will never release him. The Philippou brothers were committed to creating a tactile, realistic atmosphere. Almost all the effects used in the movie relied on practical techniques such as prosthetics, makeup, and clever camera tricks. CGI was employed sparingly to enhance what was already there. They also developed a comprehensive Bible for the cursed hand, outlining the rules of the spirit world, even though much of this background wasn't directly included in the film. This helped establish consistency and authenticity for the haunted hand, making it feel more believable to viewers. Sound design played a significant part in the film, with the directors adding an array of unsettling noises like whispers, echoes, and low rumbles to create tension during possession scenes. They also filmed an extensive sequence depicting Mia's vision of the underworld, where Riley is allegedly imprisoned and tortured. At over 2 minutes long, it was incredibly disturbing and gory. The directors ultimately decided to re-edit the sequence heavily to ensure the film earned its R rating. The brothers chose to show only brief glimpses or flashes of the horror, avoiding lingering shots that would have been too graphic. This approach added to the power and disturbance of the sequence without resorting to excessive violence. Everyone who viewed the original cut, including the actors and editors, agreed that the sequence had gone too far and would disturb viewers to an extreme degree. As a result, the directors decided to remove it completely from the final version of the film. The extended scene is not included in any DVD or Blu-ray extras currently available, and it's not accessible online. There are online theories suggesting that the Philippou brothers might release a director's cut of the film before the sequel's release. With Talk to Me 2 already in the works, it seems like it could only be a matter of time before viewers get the chance to see the full haunting scene for themselves. Back home, her father admits he's hidden something. Mia's mom left a note, proving her death wasn't an accident. But in the mirror, she sees her mother's ghost insisting he's lying, that the evil spirits are trying to trick her. As Mia panics, she sees a decayed version of her father who breaks through her door and begins attacking her. She grabs scissors. Just as her real father enters, he tries to help, but Mia, believing it's a demon, stabs him. In this moment, we're let in on the fact that this isn't the ghost of Mia's mother, but a demon, using her appearance to use Mia like a pawn, with the overall goal of killing Riley. Later, Mia calls Jade, lying that she's home and has something to show her. As Jade leaves, Mia sneaks into Riley's hospital room. Sue walks in on her and they talk. Sue apologizes for blaming her. She then leaves the room, giving Mia alone time with Riley. While alone with Riley, Mia raises the scissors above her head, ready to kill Riley, falsely believing it will free his soul from torment. Seeing a grotesque old man where Riley should be, she raises the weapon but can't go through with it. She looks out the window, dazed, seeing the highway and reformulating her plan. Meanwhile, Jade finds Mia's father still alive and realizes what's happening. She rushes back to the hospital, seeing Mia wheel Riley toward a busy highway. The demon masquerading as Mia's mother appears behind her, whispering in her ear that she's doing the right thing and that pushing him into traffic will free him and that she'll protect him forever. But Mia hesitates, her goodness breaking through. She lets go. Jade arrives just in time, shoving Mia away to protect her brother. Mia stumbles into traffic and is hit by a car. Dazed, she gets up, sees Jade comforting Riley, then finds herself wandering the hospital halls, confused. She sees Riley, all better, smiling and talking with Jade and Sue, about to be released from the hospital. She looks into a mirror and sees that she has no reflection, just like in her nightmares. She sees her father walking away as the lights slowly dim until she's surrounded by darkness. A candle flickers on the table. She reaches out, gripping the hand of the stranger in shadow, and finds herself looking at a group of stunned onlookers. The man holding her hand leans forward and whispers the last words Mia ever wanted to hear.
I'll let you in.
Talk to Me has undeniably left a lasting impact on modern horror cinema. Critics and audiences alike have celebrated its innovative approach to supernatural terror, merging psychological depth with spine-chilling tension. A24 has officially confirmed the development of a Talk to Me sequel, with directors Danny and Michael once again at the helm, eager to explore the story's next chapter. But the sequel isn't the only media coming. In a surprising move, the filmmakers released sequences from a prequel in short film form to generate online buzz. However, perhaps unsurprisingly, the content was so intense and disturbing that it was quickly taken down. The prequel centers on character Duckett and is expected to be officially released soon, offering fans an even deeper look into this terrifying universe. But that's all I have for you in this video. I want to thank our channel members and everyone who took the time to watch my videos. It means the world to me. Take care, stay safe, and have a great week. We'll see you next time.